Shows Philip Seymour Hoffman as a homeless man sitting against the wall of the front of a liquor store. Shows George Carlin and Jan Hooks exiting the liquor store. Hooks. Oh, look at that poor guy. Do you have any money you can give him? Carlin rolls his eyes and says to himself, if it'll help me get laid. Carlin goes towards Hoffman, gives him change and says, here you go, sir. Hoffman, thank you, kind sir. Do you remember me? Carlin, can't say that I do. Hoffman stands up, picks up a piece of shit from where he was sitting, and hurls it up on the roof of the liquor store. Hoffman, I once was known as Dr. Chicago, the man who fused with artificial intelligence to save the world from itself. Carlin, hey buddy, my girlfriend here is a psychiatrist. Turns to Hooks. Maybe you can write him a script, honey. Hoffman, oh no, I apologize, sir. I get the timelines mixed up. Here I've yet to become Dr. Chicago. Cuts to scene where it shows Phil Hartman as President Biden behind a podium and Hoffman in a suit, sitting in a chair behind Hartman on the White House lawn. Hartman, okay, folks, come on, man. We're here today to celebrate the accomplishments of Dr. Chicago and bestow upon him a Congressional Medal of Freedom, as he has fused himself with artificial intelligence and will begin taking the necessary steps to solve all of the world's macro problems. Crowd cheers. Hartman, Dr. Chicago, if you have anything you want to say, come up here, buddy. Hoffman gets behind the podium. Thank you, Mr. President. Today I will be merging my abilities with the heroes of international finance, and we are going to start by modifying the way energy is drawn out and distributed, so that all men, women, and children have a base level of material comfort. I'll take questions. First question comes from George Carlin. Hey, weren't you that bum who threw his shit on top of a liquor store? Hoffman, indeed I was, but I of course persevered, and now I have a pot to shit in, as it were. Anybody else? Cuts back to the liquor store where Hoffman falls back and slinks up against the wall of the liquor store, laughing uncontrollably. Carlin turns to Hooks and says, this guy's freaking me out, honey. I gave him some change. Can we finally split? Hooks, I'm worried about him. He started talking about the president and is now just laughing like a maniac. We have to try to help him. Carlin, okay, fine. Carlin walks towards Hoffman and starts shaking him. Sir, are you okay? Are you okay, sir? Hoffman acts as if he's waking up and says, oh, look who it is. You're in the press, aren't you? Carlin, well, technically I'm trying to work my way up from the mailroom, but I do work for the Chicago Tribune. Hoffman, well, one day you'll be asking questions of Dr. Chicago. Carlin, I don't know of any Dr. Chicago, sir. Hoffman, not yet, but you will. Hoffman starts to defecate as Carlin backs away. Hoffman picks up the shit and throws it on the roof of the liquor store before yelling, live from Tom's phone, we're not alive. It's Saturday Night Live, starring an ever-evolving cast that is unionized and refuses to allow their names to be mentioned until their demands are met. Musical guest, Bobby Rydell, and your host, Paul Newman. Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Newman. Applause, applause, applause. Newman. Thank you. I'm excited to be here. Some of the cast members told me the producer didn't want any other blue eyes stealing his thunder. But ultimately I'm told he wanted me on because of my performance in The Verdict. Applause, applause, applause. In The Verdict, I play an over-the-hill lawyer who, Elizabeth Taylor comes out. Applause, applause, applause. Newman. How you doing, Liz? Taylor. Oh, just wonderful. I figured since you were here, We were going to be doing a hot cat on a tin roof bit. Newman. Sorry. The producer never saw the movie. Taylor shrugs before walking off. No wonder this doesn't make any money. Newman. Anyway, in the verdict, I played an over-the-hill lawyer who gets one last chance at one last big case. Jack Warden comes out. Applause, applause, applause. Warden. And who gave your character that case, huh, Blue Eyes? Newman. That's right. Thanks, Jack. Now, the producer, of course, is an unemployed attorney. But instead of finding a big case, he's doing this show. If you ask me, looks like he's on the road to perdition. But hopefully he has some fun along the way. George Kennedy comes out. Applause, applause, applause. Kennedy. You don't seem to understand the pecking order here, Luke. Newman. Hey, George, are you okay? Have you been drinking or something? I'm Paul, not Luke. Kennedy throws Newman some boxing gloves and says, let's find out. The two men begin boxing and Newman knocks Kennedy to the ground. Newman takes off the gloves and says, well, I'm glad I won this time. Anyway, we have a great show tonight. Bobby Rydell is here. So it's going to be a wild one. Groovy tonight. Good times, baby. Because we got love, and it's kissing time. We'll be right back.